分
is 100. Praise God.
以下我们要读神的话语。
Next, we are going to read the scripture together.
神的话语记载在撒母耳记上27章1到4节。
Today, we shall read from the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 27, verses 1 through 4.
我们用中文先来念，
Those who read in Chinese, let's read it together first.
然后我们用英文来念，
And afterwards, we're going to read in English.
你可以念2次。
And those who are able to read English and Chinese, so when we read English, you read it together. When we read Mandarin, you read it together. 弟兄姐妹，我们一起读撒母耳记上27章1到4节来。大卫心里说：必有一日，我死在扫罗手里，不知逃奔非利士地去。扫罗见我不在以色列的境内，就必绝望，不再寻索我，这样我可以脱离他的手。于是大卫起身，和跟随他的600人，投奔加特王马儿的儿子亚吉去了。大卫和他的2个妻，就是耶斯列人亚干暖和做过拿巴妻的加密人亚比该，并跟随他的人，连隔人的眷属都住在加特雅吉那里。有人告诉扫罗说，大卫逃到加特，扫罗就不再寻索他了。
English congregation and all who can read English, please.
David thought to himself, one of these days I will be destroyed by the hand of Saul. The best thing I can do is escape to the land of the Philistines. Then Saul will give up searching for me anywhere in Israel, and I will slip out of his hand. So David and 600 men left and went over to Achish, son of Moab, king of Gath. David and his men settled in Gath with Achish. Each man has his family with him, and David has his 2 wives, Ahinoam of Jezreel and Abigail of Carmel, the widow of Nabal. When Saul was told that David had fled to Gath, he no longer searched for him.
属灵的人有特别的经历，
Spiritual men had special experience.
登向宝座的路
Now on the way to the throne,
是一条艰难的路。
it is a difficult way.
大卫已经被高高做完，
See, at this time, David was anointed as king,
扫罗却要杀死他，
but Saul wanted to kill him.
所以大卫经历了一段极其艰难的经历。
Because of this, David has a very difficult experience.
今天的经文就是这个经历其中的一个插曲。
And today, what we are going to share is one of the episode of his experience.
我们请黄奇丰牧师给我们讲解这段非常的经历。
Now let's look at this special experience of King David. 弟兄姐妹，我今天要分享信息的题目是伟人为何跌倒。
Brothers and sisters, the subject of today's message is why the great men sometimes fall.
我将刚才读的经文分3个部分跟大家分享。
I divide the passage we have read into 3 parts as I share with you.
第一，大卫在属灵上的跌倒；
First, David stumbled spiritually.
第二，神奇妙的拯救他；
Second, God delivered him in a wonderful way.
第三，神使他重新站立起来。
Thirdly, God enabled him to stand up again.
下面我们看大卫如何在属灵上跌倒。
Now let's look at how David falls spiritually.
在刚才读的圣经里面，我们看到大卫在惧怕中投奔非利士人。
In the scripture we have read, we see that in fear, David ran to his enemy.
大卫这个行动叫人大吃一惊。
This act of David caused people to be a lamb.
因为非利士人一直是以色列人的仇敌。
For the Philistines has always been a bitter enemies of Israel.
非利士人也是大卫个人的仇敌。
The Philistines were also personal enemies of David.
那么大卫为什么会去做这个决定，去投奔他的仇敌？
Why then did David make the decision to run to his enemy?
以下我们看大卫做这个决定的历史背景。
Now let's look at the historical backgrounds of David's decision.
第一，大卫心里充满惧怕。
First, David's heart was filled with fear.
第一节他说，他心里说，我知道总有一天我会死在在扫罗的手里。
In verse 1, David said to himself, one of these days I will be destroyed by the hand of Saul.
弟兄姐妹，这是一句因惧怕发出的话语。
Brothers and sisters, this is a statement that is made out of fear.
大卫原来是一个大有信心的人，
David was a great man of faith.
他曾经挑战非利士人的将军歌利亚。
He used to challenge the generals of the Philistines, Goliath.
他对他说：“今天耶和华必将你交在我的手里。
He said to Goliath, today Jehovah God will put you in my hand.
我要打败你和你的全军，
I will defeat you and your entire army.
我要将你们的肉给空中的飞鸟、野地的走兽吃。
I will give your flesh to the birds of the air and the beasts of the forest. ”
大卫讲的话说明他是一个非常有信心的人，
The words of David prove that he was a man of great faith.
但是经过长期的压力跟逃难，
But after a long time under pressure and running away for life,
大卫的信心开始出现裂痕，
the faith of David began to leak.
他的勇气渐渐消散，
His courage gradually disappeared.
他的心被惧怕所占据。
His heart was occupied by fear.
他心里说：“有一天我必定死在扫罗的手里。
He said to his own heart, one of these days I will be destroyed by the hand of Saul. ”
弟兄姐妹，在我们人生的危机当中，
Brothers and sisters, in the crisis of our lives,
你不是被信心充满，就是被惧怕占据。
if you're not being filled with faith, then you are being occupied by fear.
但是信心跟惧怕是互相不能相容的。
But faith and fears are mutually exclusive.
你如果信心坚定，
If your faith is firm,
困难不足叫你动摇；
difficulty could not move you.
但是你信心转弱了，
But when your faith is weak,
你的脚难以站立起来。
then it's hard for your feet to stand up.
那么什么使人有信心？
But what gives people faith?
答案是依靠神和神的应许。
And the answer is to depend on God and the promises of God.
越依靠神，越没有惧怕。
The more you depend on God, the less fear you have.
但如果你忘记神，忘记神的应许，
But if you forget about God and the promises of God,
惧怕必如同实体抓住你。
fear will grip you like a reality.
第二，大卫没有祷告寻求神的带领。
Second, David did not pray, seeking the guidance of God.
圣经说，大卫心里说：“我倒不如去投奔非利士人。”
The Bible said that David said to himself, it is better for me to run to the Philistines.
我们在这里看到大卫没有寻求神的一个愿望，
Here we see that David did not have the desire to seek the Lord.
我们也没有看到他寻求神的行动。
We have not seen his action of seeking God.
这跟平常大卫做事的方法完全不一样。
This is completely different from David's normal way of handling things.
以前的大卫凡事祷告，
David of the past prayed in all things.
耶和华，我可以去吗？
Oh God, should I go?
你将敌人交在我的手里吗？
Would you deliver the enemies in my hand?
我应该如何打这场战争？
How should I fight this battle?
这个事情的结局将如何呢？
What would be the consequence of this thing?
耶和华将你的心意向仆人表明。
Oh God, reveal your will to your servant.
但这一次大卫没有祷告，
At this time, David did not pray.
他没有求神帮助他，
He did not ask God's help.
他靠自己的直觉，用自己的方法。
He used his own direct observation and his own method.
他心里只有一个愿望，
He only had one wish.
我就要快快的逃离扫罗的势力范围。
I must quickly run away from the domain of Saul's power.
并且越快越好。
The sooner the better.
弟兄姐妹，这么告诉你，这就是魔鬼催逼人的方法。
Brothers and sisters, this is the methods of the devil who press on people.
他没有给人时间去思想，
He did not give people time to think.
他对你说不要想那么多，
And he said to you, don't think too much.
快一点，现在就行动吧。
Quick, take action now.
你知道吗？
Do you know?
魔鬼叫你快，因为他不要让你有时间去思考这个事情的结局。
The devil asks you to be quick because he doesn't want you to have time to think about the consequence of the action.
这是非常可怕的，
Now this is very fearful.
这也是属灵上失败的一个兆头。
Now this is also a sign, an omen of spiritual failure.
愿弟兄姐妹在这里受警惕，
May the brothers and sisters be warned here.
在你惊慌失措的时候，
In the time when you are alarmed and do not know what to do,
你不要对自己的心里说话，
do not speak to your own heart.
说我要这样做，我要那样做。
And don't say, I want to do this, I want to do that.
相反，在你最觉得没有力量再等候下去的时候，
On the contrary, when you don't feel any strength to wait anymore,
你要继续的仰望神，
you must continue to look to God
直到神将道路指明给你。
until God show you the way.
如果你不明白神的旨意，就贸然行动，
But if you don't know the will of God and then you begins to take action,
你会遭引不堪设想的后果。
you will incur the unthinkable result.
我们现在看大卫做第三件事，
Now let's look at the third thing David did.
大卫跑到仇敌的阵营去。
David went into the camp of his enemies.
圣经说，于是大卫起身和跟随他的600人投奔加特王雅吉去了。
The Bible says, so David and the 600 men with him left and went over to the Achish sons of Moab, king of Gad.
从表面上看，大卫这个决定给他带来一些好处。
From the appearance, David's decision brought him temporary benefits
因为他停止了流亡的生活，
because he has ceased the life as a fugitive,
他得到临时的保障跟供应。
and he received temporary fortress and protection and provision.
第4节也说，
Verse 4 also says,
但扫罗听到大卫逃往非利士的阵营，就不追赶他了。
it said when Saul was told that David had fled to Gad, he no longer searched for him.
哇，从人的角度，大卫这个决定很智慧。
From men's perspective, the decision of David was quite wise.
但是从属灵的角度，这不是智慧。
But from a spiritual perspective, this is not wisdom.
大卫这样做，使到问题变得更复杂、更麻烦。
David's act caused the problem to be more complicated and to be more difficult.
你继续读圣经，读下去，
As you continue to read the Bible and read on,
你就看到大卫这一步一滑的时候，就滑到深坑的底部了。
you see that the step of slippery would lead him to the depths of the pit.
你问大卫这样做有什么不好啊？
You ask, what is bad about this thing?
第一，大卫离开了神赐福的地图。
First, David departed from the lane of God's blessing.
他进入不义之人的荒野，
He entered into the lane of the unrighteous.
这对大卫属灵的生命是绝对的不利。
This is a great disadvantage and absolutely disadvantage for David.
加特是一个充满偶像的地方，
Gath is a place filled with idols.
大卫在这里整天耳听眼看拜偶像的仪式跟邪恶。
All the day long, David has seen with his eyes, heard with his ears, all the evil of the activities of idol worship.
大卫的心灵怎能跟神有亲密的灵交呢？
How could David have intimate fellowship with God?
他怎能在不义的人之地来歌颂赞美耶和华呢？
How could he sing praises to God in the lane of wickedness?
你查考圣经，
As you search the scripture,
大卫在这段时间里面没有写下一篇颂赞神的诗篇。
in this period of time, David did not write down even a psalm of praise.
因为他属灵的经历是空白的。
For his spiritual experience was completely blank.
第二个不好处，
The second disadvantage,
大卫和跟随他的人开始过着流氓的生活。
David and those who follow him began to live the life of fugitives.
有一天，大卫对加特王说
One day, David said to King of Gath,
啊，我们人数这么多，
we have so many people.
王不如给我们一个地方居住。
May let the king give us a place to live.
王就将 Ziklag 喜格拉给了大卫。
The king gave the land called Ziklag to David.
大卫来到这个地方，就开始做起游民来。
Here in the land of Ziklag, David became a fugitive.
他们向南部进行抢劫，
And then they went to the south to take people and to take things from people.
是的，他们抢了他们的牛羊财物，
Yes, they steal away their cows, their sheep, and their treasure.
并且为了毁灭证据，就把所有的人抢完以后，就男女老少通通都给他杀掉。
In order to blot out the evidence, after they have taken the goods from them, they kill all of them.
加特王看到大卫来，就问他说
When the king of Gath saw David coming to him, he asked David,
大卫，你从哪里回来？
David, from where you come?
大卫欺骗说，
David lied.
我向犹大南部的一个村庄出击，结果将整个村庄都扫平了。
I will take one of the southern village of Judah, and I will destroy all the people in that village.
王以为大卫是帮助他攻击以色列人，
This made King of Gath think that David was helping him to attack his enemy.
他非常信任大卫。
So he put his trust in David.
大卫，你是一个忠臣，
Oh, David, you are a loyal
你
servant.
可以做我终身的护卫长。
You can be my lifelong bodyguard.
其实大卫欺骗、撒谎、杀戮，
In fact, David lied. He spoke falsehood, and he was in trouble.
在非利士的境内，他住了16个月，常常是这样做。
In the land of the Philistine, he stayed for 16 months, and he repeated all these lawless deeds very often.
他属灵的光景跌到了谷底。
His spiritual reality fall into the pit.
你问大卫不是一个了不起的信心伟人吗？
You ask, wasn't David a wonderful man of faith?
他不是君王的模范吗？
Wasn't he the paradigm of the king?
他不是历代人们所敬仰的吗？
Wasn't he one that all people look to through history?
大卫为什么会变成这个样子？
Why did David become like this?
弟兄姐妹，其实 我们很多的时候就像当年的大卫。
Brothers and sisters, in reality, many times we're just like David of old.
我们因为试炼，因为压力，就信心动摇。
Because of trials, because of difficulty, our faith waver.
我们就凭血气的冲动做事情。
We do things according to the impulse of the flesh.
我们为了寻找暂时的安稳而投奔世俗的阵营。
In order to find the temporal stability, we run to the king of the world.
我们以为撒谎算不得是什么。
We think that lying doesn't mean anything.
我们说欺骗没有什么了不起的。
We say, oh, this cheating is nothing.
我们只要找到临时的避难所。
As long as we can find a temporal refuge.
管他是朋友还是敌人。
I don't care about whether he is the friends or the enemies.
我们只要找到摆脱眼前困难的一个方法。
Only when we can find a way to escape from the current problem.
我们就不管它是道德或是不道德。
We don't care about whether this is moral or immoral.
是不是有神的祝福，还是神所不喜
We
悦？
don't care whether this is pleasing to God and has the blessings of God or displeasing to God.
我们也不理睬这个对我们属灵生命的影响跟结果如何。
We don't care about how this would impact our spiritual life.
弟兄姐妹，这就是我们。
Brothers and sisters, this is we.
我们有的时候把自己倒在一个焦头烂额的地步。
Sometimes we brought ourselves to a place of miserable realities.
现在我们看信息的第二部分，神奇妙的拯救。
Now let's look at the second part of the message, the wonderful deliverance of God.
经文29章说，
In chapter 29, this Bible says,
非利士人注意到扫罗的王国正在分裂跟崩溃。
the Philistines noticed that the kingdom of King Saul was ruining and was corrupting.
所以他们决定向以色列人进攻。
So they decided to attack Israel.
所以加特王对大卫说
So the king of Gath said to David,：“
带着你的将士跟我一起去打以色列人吧。”
Bring all your soldiers and go along with me to attack the Israelites.
大卫这一回真的很惨。
This time, David was miserable.
当他听到他要带着他的战士去攻打神的受膏者扫罗，
When he realized that he would bring the people of God to attack the anointed one of God, Saul,
他要去攻打他最亲爱的朋友约拿单，
he would go and attack his dearest friend, Jonathan.
他要去杀害他自己的同胞上帝的百姓。
He would go and kill his own countrymen, the people of God.
大卫的心非常的挣扎，
David's heart struggled.
他在无可奈何之中跟着雅吉走向战场。
Reluctantly, helplessly, he went with Achish to the battlefield.
那个战场就是哈米吉多的这个大平。
Now, this battlefield is Armageddon, this great plain.
这一场仗是在以色列人的战争历史上最悲痛的战争。
Now, this battle is one of the most terrible war in the history of the Israelites nation.
一路上，大卫的心后悔、惧怕、彷徨。
On the way, David came, his heart regretted, he was filled with fear, he was alarmed.
他每走一步都感到非常无比的沉重。
Every step forward is accompanied with a heavy heart.
他从来没有想过，
He never did think.
16个月前跟非利士人联盟结交，
16 months ago, he aligned himself with the Philistines.
会导致今天要去打上帝的军队。
what leads to today's going forward to attack the Israelites army.
这个时候大卫非常的痛苦，
At this point, David was agonizing.
他开始向神认罪祷告。
He began to confess his sin to God in prayer.
耶和华救我，
Oh, God, save me.
救我脱离因自己的罪孽所织成的网罗，
Deliver me from this net that I went into because of my own sin.
弟兄姐妹，当你做错决定的时候，
Brothers and sisters, when you made a wrong decision,
当你转错一个方向的时候，
when you made a wrong turn,
当你离开主的道路的时候，
when you departed from the way of God,
你越走会越远，走到多远，没有人能知道。
the more you walk, the farther away you are, and as to how far it would be, no one knows.
大卫在起初如果知道说指来以后的祸患是这么的可怕，
At the beginning, David knew that his decision would incur such a terrible consequence.
他绝对不敢迈出第一步。
He would never have stepped the first step out.
今天很多人的痛苦就在这个地方。
Today, many people's agony is found here.
他说：“我当时如果知道会走到这个地步，
He said, if I knew that I would have come to this point,
我绝对不会做那个决定的。
I would never have made the decision.
但我已经走到这个地步，
But I have already come to this step.
我已经在这光景之中，
I'm already here in this terrible condition.
我还有希望吗？
Do I still have hope?
神还接纳我吗？
Would God still accept me?
神还愿意拯救我吗？”
Would God still deliver me?
弟兄姐妹，圣经的答案是：
Brothers and sisters, the answer of the Bible is
神因他的名、他的信使，成长拯救那称为他名下的人。
for his name's sake, God continue to deliver those who are called under his name.
圣经说大卫走到不能自拔、不能自救的地步，神就施行拯救。
The Bible says when David came to a place where he could not help himself anymore, God reached out to save him.
神使到非利士的将军们非常的嫉妒大卫，怀疑大卫。
God caused the generals of the Philistines to be so jealous about David and so suspicious about him.
他们对王说：“王啊，你今天做错决定了。”
And they say to the king of Gath, "Oh king, today you have made the wrong
你
decision.
为什么把大卫带到战场来呢？
Why would you bring David to the battlefield?
他不是那个杀死歌利亚我们将军的那个少年人嘛？
Isn't he the youth who killed our general Goliath?"
在战役当中，如果他转过来攻打我们，我们就完蛋了。
In the battle, if he turn around and attack us, we are gone.
请王立刻把这个人和他跟随者送回去，送回去。
King, please send David and his followers back. Send them back.
王的心很挣扎，
The king's heart was struggling.
所以他很谦卑地对大卫说
Therefore, he said to David,：“
大卫，对不起，对不起，不过我没办法，我必须把你送回去。”
"Oh, David, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I could not do anything else except to send you
但
back."
是在大卫的心里，大卫好高兴哦！
And in the heart of David, David was very happy.
神啊，你救我，不会犯那杀死我的君王、我的至隐、我的百姓的罪。
God, you deliver me from killing and destroying my king, my best friend, and my own people.
在回家的路上，他好像鸟从捕鸟人的网罗脱离一样，好喜乐地跑回去。
On the way home, he was like the birds that escaped from the bird cage. He was so happy.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Brothers and sisters,
神的尽头就是神的起头。
the end of man is the beginning of God.
当我们走到自己穷途末路，神就给我们开一条又新又活的路。
When you come to a place that there is no way out, God gives you a new way.
但这里的重点是，你必须认罪。
But the emphasis here is that you must confess your sin,
你要彻底的认罪，
and you must thoroughly confess your sin.
并且求告神的救恩临到你。
And you must pray that the salvation of God will come to you.
现在我们讲信息的第三部分，
Now let's look at the third part of the message.
神使到大卫重新站立起来。
God enabled David to stand up again.
感谢主，
Thank God.
失败不是大卫这一次经历的终点。
Failure is not the